This is the top shelf of one of my setups out in the dome. It's the far north, but it gets full sun roughly this time of year. So what I do is we use extra plastic and kind of cover it to it helps keep it really humid in there. And it also kind of somewhat shades the plants because it's kind of a filtered, just a house plastic. But this is kind of cool because this was one of my plugs. It was tagged cherry tomato from the AeroGarden setup. The AeroGarden sets I got 2 years ago. Last year. Gosh, I can't believe it's only been... I have so much fun with those hydroponics inside during the winter. I forget, but I think it was tagged cherry tomato in the AeroGarden, the little plug kits you can get. And it did okay in the house, but I tell you what, I brought it out here in the dome and it is loving it. I've got it in a moist soil and it just loves the conditions out here. I don't use these lights. I have them, but you know, I think I'm going to take them off this summer and bring them indoors because I don't really need them out here in the dome for what I do. So yeah, this is gonna stay out here. This is a shorter variety from the AeroGarden. This is a couple little tomatoes. They're plugs too that I started in the hydroponics, and I literally just brought them out here today. So I'm hoping with the conditions out here, the more natural conditions, they're gonna kick it in. And this is a real pretty variety that I'll share more with you later. Next to it, because this gets pretty warm, gets pretty hot up in here actually, and humid, are some of my hottie hots, my hot peppers. It's a new one I'm growing this year called Jay's Peach. And I have 4 of them out here. I got a couple more in the house I still need to bring out, but I wanted to see how these did because it still gets around 45 out here. The next couple days we got some lows overnight in the 30s, but I don't think it'll get that. It won't get that cool in the dome because there's so much in here and it's soaking up the sun so much this time of year. But just in case, I wasn't sure how they'd respond, but they're doing great. So I went ahead and I brought a couple more out. And so my Peno, which is like a miniature habanero, or excuse me, a miniature jalapeno, totally different. These are super good. These are my favorite. I've been growing these for a couple years now. The reason they're so puny still, I kind of overwatered. So I'm going to let them be up here, let them kind of get the humidity and dry that soil out a little. They're very forgiving though, I'll tell you that, and I love them. There's somebody in the garden chat group that's actually growing these in hanging containers, which is perfect because the plant only gets, well, I'll tell you, for mine, I've had them only max out. Boy, one year I think it was close to 18 inches, but they're about 12 to 16 inches tall and they get real full, especially if you prune them back a bit every time you pick the jalapenos off of it. I'll have one plant and get over a dozen jalapenos, big jalapenos, each harvest, and it goes on all summer. So this is totally my favorite. It's a really nice, somewhat mild. It's a little spicy. It's spicy if you don't, it's hot if you don't like hot stuff. It's a jalapeno, but fun plant to grow and really cute. So those are going to be here, and I'll have to do an update to let you know what goes on here. It is April 1st, and this is not an April Fool's joke. The heat's kicking in, and these are going to just take off, so it's perfect time to get them out here before my last frost date, which is May 15th here in Hardiness Zone 5B6. Yeah, so there it is. Lots of plants going on in here. Stay tuned.